Hey everybody, it's Jack from Atlantis Water Gardens. Today we're in Piles Grove, New Jersey, which is all the way at the bottom of the state, right near Delaware. We are going to be building an awesome recreation pond in this backyard for two lucky kids and their parents. We've got a blank canvas to work with, which is fantastic. This is actually pitching away from the house a little bit. So what we're gonna do is right in this area here, we're building about a 20 by 40 recreation pond. It's gonna have a beach entry, intake. We're gonna be building a wall to hold up this fire pit area. This is gonna get some new flagstone in this whole space here, as well as leading up to this really cool pavilion off the back of the house. And on this one, I actually have a drawing. Now listen, people don't hire me for my drawing skills, so don't make fun of me. Let's orient this. Coming out of the gazebo area, there's going to be a flagstone walkway that will take you either to the beach area or over to this fire pit, which is going to be cantilevered right over the pond. This beach is going to be really cool because we're going to sink some large boulders in here for the kids to sit on, parents to sit on. We go from zero entry all the way down to about 3.5 feet here before it drops into 5 feet. Over on the left side here, this is going to be our intake base skimmer. We're going to be drawing all of our debris into here. Now, in order to do that from here, we're going to put some jets in this whole section that push the water and debris outwards where it can get pulled in by that intake. Far end, we've got a 10 by 15 constructed wetland filter, which is up top here. We're going to take and build this whole area up a few feet with a big berm. That's going to allow us to put our wetland filter in, and then we'll have some ability for the kids to have some stepping stones going through the wetland, making it interactive. And then you've got these really cool set of waterfalls coming into the pond, flanking either side with some big boulder outcroppings. And we've got some boulders here already, nice ones. We're getting a ton of phone calls, inquiries about these recreation ponds, which tells me this is really starting to take off. People really want to have something that's more of a natural type body of water. Not only can you swim in it, but when you're not swimming in it, it looks awesome. You got waterfalls, you got a beautiful shape. You can have fish in there if you want to, but I'm excited for this because I know those kids are chomping at their bit. Their father just told me they've been asking all week, when are the pond guys coming? So we're here. Let's get this thing rolling. If you live in an area where you really need some rain, just hire us to build you a pond, and guaranteed it's going to show up. It's been pouring for the last hour and a half, and we're trying to get the rest of this pond carved out today so we can get our liner in. I don't know if it's going to happen because now we got thunder and probably lightning not far behind it, and we don't mess around with that stuff. But the pond is really shaping up. I mean, we're so close, so close to getting the liner in. Our whole beach area is carved in. We've got shelves in here for our retaining wall, plus some rock work. The bottom's down to 5 foot over here. We've got a shelf for our waterfall. It's literally just clean this stuff up and we can get our fabric and stuff going, but I don't know if the weather's gonna let that happen, which then of course puts us behind, but we've been there before. We've been behind and we somehow pull together and make it up. And we lucked out for like a short period of time yesterday and we were able to get the liner in. Now we got a beautiful sunny day and it looks like it's going to be good the rest of the week. Dragging this monster in was a bear. It's a 50 by 50 liner covering this entire thing, and it actually reaches into our intake bay, so we don't have to do a seam over here. Right now Colby's down the bottom. We've got one fold in the bottom that we're going to seam down. I don't want any liner popping up through the gravel when we're finished, because there's nothing worse than looking down in the pond and seeing liner pop up. So he's going to seam that down so that doesn't happen. Now we can get started over here in this trough. This is the edge of the patio. We're going to be building a retaining wall, block retaining wall inside this trough. We're going to line that with rock pad, then we'll put a base layer of gravel in and start building our wall. We got to make sure our wall ends up at the right height so that our patio stones, our flagstones, can come right out over the top of the wall and cantilever a little bit. We'll be framing this with some large boulders, making it look sunk in. We'll be cutting some lights into it. There'll be a jet over here. That's going to be an awesome part of this pond. This is the beach area, so we're sloping from way up there down to this point here. This is where it's going to drop off into the 5 foot section. All these cutouts on the side are for boulders. I want to have boulders inside the beach, kind of just framing it out, giving it a really cool, like irregular shape, places for the kids to play on, parents to sit, and then we're going to frame out where our intake bay skimmer is. I'm expecting a lot to get done today. I want to get this wall rocking, then we can start dropping some boulders in the bottom of the pond and working our way up. Let's get rolling on day 2. We have been moving and grooving today. Bottom section of the pond is probably 80% rocked in. We got all these huge boulders in here. That's making up the bottom section right there. We're gonna get a large slab and set it right over the top of these two here. That's gonna be a great jumping spot down into the 5 foot section. Drew and Boley kicked some major butt on this retaining wall inside the pond. I love the look of these, especially up against the patio, which is going to be up on top of it. And then flanking it with the boulders, it's just going to look like it was built right into the pond. Well, I guess it was, right? But look at the cuts. They got beautiful cut right over that rock, integrating that in. Got lights in the wall. Looking great. And then we'll kind of do the same thing on this side. We're gonna do some rock work over here, set something that's gonna frame the end of the wall, again blending this side in, so it's just a seamless transition from beautiful formal wall into another rocky natural looking outcropping. So far, we've used upwards of 30 tons of rock to make just this portion happen. The stuff goes fast when you're setting big boulders. All in all, on this job, I think we're gonna use close to 100 tons. Between the big boulder waterfall, we've got the wetland up there, those steppers, and of course, this beach and intake area. For 2 days, we've accomplished quite a bit. Come on back for the next video. We're gonna keep on going on this pond. We're gonna hopefully get to the point where we get started on this beach. You guys don't wanna miss that. Hit that subscribe button, share it with your friends. See you on the next one.